Well, hello again there, people. Sawadee krab.
Sawadee ka.
Anyway, so we're just heading off to a place on the western side of Bangkok. I think on the map it says Lhong 1919. We're actually going to meet up with a fellow vlogger by the name of Ethan. He runs a channel called Live Thai Asia, or Live Travel Asia, that's it. I know him as Ethan, I don't really look at his channel name. So we're heading off there to have dinner and check out this place. Now what I understand about the place is this used to be the old Chinatown, or this is the place where the Thai Chinese, or the Chinese Thais, first set up shop in Bangkok. It's all been renovated, it's in the industrial area, but they've really done a nice job. Anyway, let's cue the intro, don't forget the website, and we'll catch you in a second. Well, again, we made it down to the street on the motorcycle without any problem. Yeah, this one here, yeah. Lhong 1919. It's okay. I'm going to try to explain between where the place is, because it doesn't really actually have a suburb.
ท่าน้ำคลองสานไปไหมคะร้านมันชื่อไอ้เนี่ยพี่
อยู่ข้างไอ้
เนี่ยล้อข้างโรงพยาบาลไปหน่อยหนึ่งด้านซ้ายไปหน่อยหนึ่งเนี่ยอ๋อก็สน.ดิไปตรงเขตนั่นแหละ
I'm sure between the two of them they'll work it all out anyway. We'll get there. Depending on traffic, it's probably almost an hour's ride in the taxi. But we could have taken the car, but the thing is, if you take the car, then you can't have a few drinks and so on and so forth. And we have no idea. It is in the industrial western side of the river of Bangkok, so we've got no idea what the parking's like or anything like that. So it's probably easier just to take the taxi. You know, it's not a matter of money. You know, it's only like $10, 200 baht. Fair enough for me. Fair enough for everybody. Well, we made it here safe and sound again, and we're going to be just in here now. I think we're going to be early as well. We told Ethan we'd be about an hour to get here, but we actually made pretty good time. Google Maps said 40 minutes, and pretty much we made it in 40 minutes. So he's still got to get here yet, and Mayu as well. I believe Mayu's coming as well. So anyway, we'll keep an eye out for that and see what we can find. So this used to be part of the, as I said, the old Chinatown area. Look, as I said before, like what we do with our website is it allows me to put a lot more information than I would on YouTube, and it's a lot more easier to read. But this is an effort for a small corporation or a small group of people who have decided to renovate this thing in the traditional 100-year-old style housing. As you can see, some new paintwork over here. And they're still stripping and painting over here. Anyway, we'll just hang around and wait for Ethan and Mayu to get here. Oh, look who it is. Here he is. You didn't drown?
Huh?
And there's Mayu.
Oh,
hello. Where's my baby? Here she is.
There she is.
She's dragging up behind us. Anyway, we've had a look at a check around for the restaurants. There's a couple of restaurants here that look like they've got some decent food. But I thought I'd just give you a bit of a quick rundown on Live Travel Asia. Is the name? Live Travel Asia is the name of the actual channel. Like, look, I just know him as Ethan. Like we met on my Facebook group. You know I've got the Facebook group, so I'm not going to go into that. So we met on the Facebook group. I just love his style. He's in the generation below me, you might sort of say. He's in that 30 to 40, 35 to 45-year-old age bracket where I'm sort of, my channel really suits the 45 and aboves, the people who are now looking at retirement. Whereas Ethan's, looking at those, people who are just now slogging away in the big time. Yeah, he was a mortgage broking?
Mortgage originator.
Mortgage originator. So he was doing all that sort of stuff, making the big dollars, and he came to Asia, or came to Thailand, and realised that he's selling his soul to the devil, and he's not really enjoying it.
Literally.
Literally.
What's up? Hello, everybody.
So what do you think of Asia? What do you think of Thailand? That's the main thing.
I don't know. There's so much. I'm afraid. Because my gen, if you say something wrong, we're gonna get lynched, right?
Tell me, like, we all get lynched. Don't worry.
I gotta keep that liberal thing going on, but let's see. What can I say that's not too offensive? I think everything is more honest out here. Everything is more real. We don't live and abide by like a kind of set rule that is just politically correct. So people out here could be racist, but some of it is true, you know?
Well, I think the Thai thing is you just don't say anything about it. Like this, one thing I've found with Thai people is the fact that they've got as many hang-ups as the Western society.
Yeah.
But they keep it internally.
They keep it, within their family.
Yeah, within the family.
But you also learn that the way they communicate is not verbally like we do.
Yeah.
So you do pick up the non-verbal cues, and you know that's racist.
Body language.
We know it, but some of it's true, and just I don't know. I live in America. I'm not sure about your viewers in Australia, but in America we're a land of laws. So.
No, Australia was the same, and it was becoming sort of, like the laws becoming ridiculously.
Right, like we stop, like there's a four-way stop sign, there's nobody there, but a cop is hanging out there, and you don't stop for 3 seconds, you stop for 2 and you roll through.
Yep.
And half your month's paycheck is gone, right?
Tell me about it, yeah.
Right, so I thought it was very ironic that we're always talking about, oh, America, the land of the free, we're so free, right? But, I mean, I've been brainwashed to that, and I'm thinking, oh, I live in the best country. But when I was out here, and that moment when I'm walking through the local streets, drinking a beer, walking past the cop, right, smiling at him, that's when I realized, in a communist country, like Vietnam, that's when I realized, maybe there's some more to this. Maybe I've been brainwashed to think a certain way.
Yep, yeah.
And, from that point, if you're able to accept some of the things that you might think is politically incorrect here, you start realizing that there's just like this whole new world. And, maybe long term, maybe I'm young enough where I don't think, okay, this is where I'm going to settle down for the rest of my life. But it just gave me a world perspective, and I just wanted to learn more about this place and just travel and just get out of that bubble where you're just, right. She's always.
You just had me thinking about I remember when I was about maybe 20, I got the whole stop sign thing. I was on a motorcycle, and although I did stop for 3 seconds, right, this is in Australia, I was balancing the motorcycle for 3 seconds. I didn't put my foot on the ground, right, and I got fined. Right, and that was like that was 1982,
okay.
And that was like $150 fine and 2 points off my license.
I don't,
Give me a break here.
I don't feel too bad now.
Anyway, Ethan's just run off because like most of his shot style with his style of video is more of the cinematic with the B-roll, and he does voiceover in the final take as well, which I find is actually quite interesting. He does a bit more research in the actual video, but he also does a lot more sort of cinematic shots as well. So he's around there taking a bit more of a shot of the architecture. Don't forget, I'll be putting a link up here for his channel, and I'm giving you a big sort of call out to sort of, go and check it out. I think that most people that watch this channel will actually quite find it, like me, to be quite an interesting channel. He did a couple of videos recently to do with Thai driving, and quite honestly, in the 18 months that I'm here, it's about the best 2 videos really covering the whole Thailand driving, learning to drive, getting your license type process. So definitely check out the channel, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. He's got some style, and out of all the sub 1,000 sub vloggers out there doing Thailand, he's the best I've come across so far, and I really wish him a lot of success in his channel. We all want success, don't we? A lot of the little shops here are actually quite well done up in sort of an intricate display work of, I suppose you might just say, handcrafted jewellery and pottery and things like that. I'm sure that people, coming to check out some of these stalls will be quite interested to see some of these pieces of work, and I would guess artwork. It's not my style of thing, but I'll just sort of show you this one, which really caught my eye because of all the pretty golden lights and everything else. It's very carp. There's a nice little beer garden on the water there as well. And it's just getting to dusk now, and it's actually looking like the lights are coming on, and you get to see the little Chinese lanterns. You've got the little temple there. We've already made merit. It's very, very quaint. Nice place to sit down and relax. I always feel left out when they're taking pictures of the food that they're going to eat.
Yeah. Oh, look at that beauty.
Yes, this one here is chicken and prawn with cashews. As you know, it's one of my favourites. What's this one here? Sort of, this is crispy pork, is it?
Oh, why not?
Moo, crispy moo. Moo god. Yeah, and a few other things as well coming as well. Well, as usual, we've spent what 5:30 we got here. What's now time now? At 8:30. Another good meet-up, another great friend to hang out with. We're going to keep in constant, regular contact. But before we go, I'm just going to take you up to the wharf here and just take a look at the city before we go. Yeah, so just the restaurant, we were sort of sitting out there for meals. They were just closing up, but the beer garden at the edge here is still running. And as I said in the New Year's Eve video, we definitely have to go and make plans to do one of these cruises up the river. It's got they do the whole meal thing and entertainment on the cruise boat. So I was just talking to Ethan now. We might make arrangements for the four of us to go out for a night on the river. It's not expensive. It's only about 1,500 baht, and yeah, sort of Chanya said. And you see the beer garden here is just going there nicely. They've got a nice little band going. Anyway, so we need to get out of here and get a taxi. That's our next thing. At least live music doesn't strike any copyright stuff. You look cold. Why are you cold?
No, just talking about the weather. I want to see sakura. Spring. Yes. And kimono. I really like too much. Yeah.
Of course, May is from Japan, so she's and now now she's getting dreams of going to Japan now. Yes, yes.
I want to honeymoon in Japan.
Yeah, when we get married, you can honeymoon in Japan.
Tokyo.
And I think my friend Drew, he can come see us from the airport, take us around, show us everywhere. Yeah. Oh, and just one last thing that I was just thinking of before I close out for the evening's video. People have been asking about how we're going with the Honda Civic and the financing. Well, as I said, this is a transparent channel, the good or the bad. The most recent thing we've got back from the finance company was the fact that under Chanya's input, they haven't approved that, which is a bit of a nuisance. Now we need to move into phase 2, is the fact that I've got to have to be sort of like, in Australia we have a system of guarantors on personal loans. Not quite sure how it works over here. It does concern me. As I've said, look, I've got no problem as long as I can see the paperwork in English. I will definitely, do that. I was going to be paying for it anyway, so it's not a big deal. So we'll keep you a bit more posted on that. Just that we've got no overall understanding or where we're going with this. So just keep tuned. We'll tell you how we go with that, and talk to you soon. Anyway, he looks like he's closing off. We're closing off. Yes, darling. Oh, we need to find some light. Yes, she's got to have the light. Anyway, see you guys later.
Okay, anyway, see you later.
Bye bye. สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ